What's up, everybody? Welcome back. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond Click and Clips. This is a podcast where you can go listen to while you work, you play, you do whatever you're doing, cleaning the house, doing whatever dishes, whatever it is. Maybe I can help you pass the time real quick. Fairly easy. Maybe I'll make you laugh, cry, chuckle, or something. Uh, Last week we had a good one. I believe I told you not to do not assume anything. This week, go a little personal with me. Now, I have posted a bunch of videos on my YouTube channel, and the second one after the introduction to this channel, kind of telling you about my story, and as I meet people, I gotta retell it, and I tell. And it's nothing big, but it's kind of embarrassing, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. And I got some struggles. And this last week was pretty challenging. Anybody don't know that I had diverticulitis, and sorry about that. My little dog had to interrupt and cause hectic. So I had to pause, but we're back. But anyway, I had diverticulitis, and nobody that knows what that is, it's kind of like an ulcer in your intestines, and it get real bad, and it caused mine to get real bad where it kind of ripped apart, and I had to have a colostomy bag, or they call it ileostomy. I know this is gross. Don't be listening to this while you're eating or thinking about eating or whatever, but I'm going to let you in on on me. Something personal per se. But, so I got to wear this man-made device on my belly to catch my human waste. And I'm not ashamed of it. I've embraced it. All my friends know I have it, but it's not. It's man-made. Okay, you're not born with it, and as far human body's not really comfortable of using man-made stuff, but it does work and help. In my case, it saves my life. But it's this little adhesive thing I got to put on my belly. There's this thing called a stoma that sticks out. It's your intestines, basically, the end of your intestines that they cut. Sticks out of your belly, and that's where your human waste goes, and you got to wear a bag to catch it, and you got to empty it so often. Only positive thing about it is I don't have to wait in line for the bathroom anymore. But, back to what I'm trying to explain to you. It's a man-made thing. It's got adhesive around the what they call a wafer, the thing that the bag hooks onto. And you put it on your skin to hold the bag for you to do your thing in. I don't know, but you know what? This is a transparent guy. I want to be transparent with you. There's a reason why I'm talking about it. So we have to keep change. We got to change it every 3 or 4 days, and when I take a shower in it, and I got to use a hairdryer to dry it off, because it's kind of like a cloth type of material. It soaks in water, so you got to dry it out, or what this thing called leaking, and it's embarrassing, especially if you're out in public. That's why I used to go out to eat with my wife all the time. We don't do that no more. I still find the courage to go to church, but anywhere else it's kind of a stressful thing, because I don't know about you guys. Home is more comfortable to do this stuff in because you're used to their surroundings. People that live there know your situation and all that stuff. But when you're out in public and something happens, you freak out. I do anyway. I freak out like, oh no, what am I going to do? All these people here, they're going to start in my mind, they're going to stand up and start pointing and laughing at me. It does cause a little bit of anxiety, but anyway, I'm afraid to go. Sorry, Bo is just being Bo today. Probably need this interruption. Anyway, I'm sorry. I apologize. We're back at the ranch, and but anyway, we but I'm sorry about all the pausing there. Bo's being crazy, and we're back now. I promise. But I'm afraid they're going to stand up and make fun of me, right? I start leaking, and it's embarrassing. I have to rush out to the car, and the wife's got to pay the bill. Hopefully, we're done with our food. If not, we leave it. And it's embarrassing. It's a bad deal. So that's why usually we just go get the food and bring it home and eat. So our anniversaries hasn't been pleasant. We just sit at home and eat. We go get the stuff that we want and celebrate it at home. But thank God for my wife to go through this with me. It would really suck to go through it by myself. So thank God to her. But anyway, this week was horrible with it. Monday night, about 2 o'clock in the morning, I started getting sick. And I do that. It's part of my illness. I'll get sick. My digestive system and my stomach's not as good as it used to be. So if I eat something wrong or something that I know I'm not supposed to have, it'll flare up and basically make me go to the bathroom more than I should. And at night, I know somebody think, well, just get up and change your bag. Well, when you're asleep, you can't feel the bag, see how full it is, because I don't have like normal people, when you gotta go to the bathroom, you feel it. You need to get up and go to the bathroom. I don't feel that. I don't have that sensation of having to go to the bathroom. It just does it. I could be going right now and not know it. That's how it is. I always check it to see, but when you're asleep, it's hard. You don't feel it. You just sleep. And then next thing you know, you got a leakage going on because you went through the night and y'all don't know bowel movement or bowel is acid, and acid on skin always will irritate your skin. So guess what happened? Underneath the wafer where the adhesive is, I put this thing called skin prep on, and it's supposed to be a layer between my skin and the bag so it won't break out, but acid goes in there and eats it up. And I got pretty bad irritation, and I had to go through so many changes. And it made it worse because I'm pulling adhesive off, putting on, tearing off. It just makes it hurt worse, and the only way it heals is keeping something on and keeping it on, and it'll heal. But in the meantime, you got it's just a mess, really, literally. And I'll tell you what, and I used to be so depressed of it, scared. I didn't want to go out in public. I did not want to go to church. I did not want to go out to eat. I did not want to go shopping. I didn't want to go out at all. I want to stay inside, comfort of my own home. If I'm leaking, at least I'm at home, And I do apologize, y'all don't want to hear it, but there's been some people that don't know and actually questioned me about it. And so I'm addressing it. I'm not ashamed of it because it is what it is. There ain't nothing I can do about it. It's the only thing that's keeping me alive was doing that. So I had to do it. It's part of my disability. And part of it. There's other things, factors that went in on it. And it's in that video. And this part's in the video. But I'm going to explain in more detail what goes on when this flares up. And it was horrible. On my Lego channel, I do a live stream every Wednesday night, and I didn't live stream because I just didn't want to mess with it because it was still irritated, and I would have to get up and down trying to change the bag, and it just wasn't worth it. So I had to cancel live streams. Didn't really appear on anybody's live stream. I barely hung out with anybody. It was just a bad week, and before I had this, I didn't think that, I didn't really dream of very many people having this problem. But as I learned in my area, there was quite a few people had my problem, and they understood what I was going through. And I'm not here to get pity from anybody. All my friends already know that I got this issue, and but I remember going to my first Lego convention, and my anxiety was up. My wife wasn't going; she had to stay home and work, and I was going to be in a different state, different town, with my Lego buddies at a convention, and I just worried every day that something was going to happen, and it did. Of course it did, and my anxiety was up. I ended up staying in the hotel room all day because I didn't even go to the show. I had stayed there all day doing this, and it just because of my anxiety. The bag was fine; it didn't go anywhere, but it just stayed home. Stayed there at the hotel room all day. I got out the next day, went to the convention and stuff like that. We made it through. My best friend was there, and felt so bad because he chose to stay with me. He could have went and hung out with our other buddies, but he stayed there with me, and I appreciate him a lot for doing it. I know it wasn't fun for him because I was freaking out, and it was just, I learned a lot about myself. And I tell you what, anybody has any kind of issues like that, don't be ashamed of it, because it happens. And we're lucky enough that medicine has gone this far to figure out how they can help us and help us live better and feel better. So I'm kind of thankful for that. And I think back in the day, there wasn't really much help, and I think we could have got in trouble for that. So I'm thankful that medicine has gotten this far where we can do this. So don't be ashamed if you have an issue or problem. But I've been pretty transparent about it. At first, I wasn't. I didn't want anybody to know that I was different. I had to have this thing put on and not be normal. I didn't want nobody to know. I felt ashamed. I felt like I'm not human anymore. I got depressed over the whole situation. I was working every day on the fire department. I would work. I would do jobs on my days off. I was always busy working. And it came to a complete stop. And I got real depressed. I mean, like I said in my other videos, I'd sit in my chair and watch TV all day, and I was just depressed. Couldn't do nothing. Just all depressed, and I got out of it. Thank goodness, Lego. I felt like I could do something with my hands, and I felt accomplished. I accomplished something. But it's hard to tell somebody that's not been in this situation. It's hard to say, some people don't understand. Some people, think, oh, you're just a wuss or a weakling or something, and you can work through that. It's easy to say when you're not going through the problem. I can't lift over 10 pounds. I can't lift heavy weight. My mobility sucks. I can't walk 10 feet without losing my breath, and that's from my pulmonary embolism that I suffered during this whole thing. Yeah, I almost died 2 or 3 times during this thing. I had a pulmonary embolism. I couldn't have my surgery for 6 months, so I had to have these infection bags put all over me, tubes coming out all my sides of my belly, and had to sit there and suffer that through 6 months until they figured out, they thought maybe I won't have a pulmonary embolism. Then I got to have my surgery, and then was on life support for that because they went there to try to do it microscopically, ended up not holding, and I got septic, and I was on life support for 2 months. Then here comes a rehab, and I had to learn I forgot how to walk. I had to learn how to walk again, and I'm I'm better than what I was, but I still trip hazard. I still a fall risk. I can't walk distances. I do get dizzy, and then I have to have a wheelchair if I'm going to go long distance. I can't stand very long. The whole stuff is crazy. And then here recently, I've been in the hospital for a DKA or something like that. And a lot of it is, with my kidneys. My kidneys shut down. I found out that I got level 1 kidney failure, which ain't a problem just yet. But if it gets worse, I'll have to do more stuff. So I'm hoping it stays. I've been drinking a bunch of water, trying to keep hydrated. And that's part of my diabetes. I got neuropathy in my foot. Feel like pins and needles. So, it's just a whole lot of stuff against me. And I thank goodness that I got you guys to talk to about it. I got my Lego friends I can actually build Lego with and have fun with. Kind of take my mind off of it sometimes. But I'm sure there's somebody out there that's way worse off than I am. And I'm thankful that I can still do some of the things that I enjoy doing. But not all of it is fun. And so this week has been humbling, has been scary, has been aggravating, tried my patience. I end up getting mad, aggravated, and all that jazz. I would get mad and get discouraged. I heard a quote the other day. And I'm one of them guys where I keep everything in. I fight the battle within. I don't let very many people know I'm fighting this battle. I put on a happy face for everybody else, and I'm fighting it on the inside. In my mind, I'm fighting myself. I fight the what we call demons, I guess. I sometimes I feel like a failure to my family. I feel like I've let them down tremendously. And I fight with that every day. I fight with it every day. I fight with, why me? I was working, holding my own, and then poof, this happens. Very discouraging, and I fight it in my head every day, and I don't let nobody know. So, that's part of it. And I know this ain't a happy-go-lucky video, and I know some of you may not watch the whole thing, but if you are here with me today, thank you for listening to me. A lot of times that is what helps, and the thing is cool. This is what I've been saying to in my podcast, and we're closing this one out right now. Be somebody's light and somebody's darkest cloud. Somebody could be having a horrible day, and a hello from you would make today a whole lot better. And my friends have reached out to me, noticing, and I do appreciate them. They did brighten my day that somebody's thought about me. So do that to others. Treat others the way you want to be treated, and this world would be a much better place. Be a little bit more nice. Be a little bit more polite, generous, caring. Should I say loving? I don't know. That's what I would say we should do. Guys, this is it. Hope you have a wonderful week. Hope you had a good week. Thank you for listening. And I thank you for being here. I thank you for all the subscribers who has subscribed to this channel. You guys are amazing. Appreciate it. Leave me in the comments what you guys think about it. Like and subscribe. All right, guys. Until the next one, have a good day.